everybody. It is time for the Weather Impact Show on this Tuesday. It's Meredith and Aaron. We're so glad you could join us, especially after yesterday's show was so focused on the storms developing and the severe weather that popped up. Right on track with what we were forecasting, but it was interesting to just really see how things got fired up once we had that sunshine breakthrough later in the morning.
Yeah, just enough sunshine that we started getting those storms developing just after noon, really after the noon show, and into around 1, 2 o'clock. We had our first severe thunderstorm warning just before 2 p.m. and we were tracking those storms moving across southern Ohio and with the potential for some high wind gusts, and then they really ramped up as they moved further to the east. So a bit of a busy day, and thankfully that is all gone. And things are a bit quieter for at least a little while.
I mean, as scientists, you know, we always like to watch the storms form and learn about them, but most importantly, we like to keep you safe and informed. But I have to be honest, sometimes I really do like forecasting the quieter weather because a lot more people can get out and enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. On the nice sunny days, you know, people going out to the pool. We haven't had a lot of those pool days yet, but we have some of those in the forecast, and we were talking about maybe golfing too.
Okay, you're going to see Aaron and I out. Yes, we're going out Thursday, so you'll have to watch our social media to see what course we play. But it is going to be here in Franklin County, I can say that. But let's talk about those headlines as we head into the middle of the week. I like to say smooth sailing. I think that's perfectly put because now we're moving forward. The heat and humidity taking a break today, but we'll build back in. But we really don't see our next chance of storms until we get into the weekend. So a lot of people wondering, well, okay, when can I mow? But the good news is as we go into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I've bumped that up to good. I put fair for today just because the ground might still be wet from some of those heavier downpours. Give the grass a little bit of time to dry out, but I definitely think you'll be able to get things all taken care of before this weekend, or if you're planting, you know, those kind of things. But temperatures earlier in the 60s and 70s, and as we move forward in time, you can see that our peak this afternoon will get into the upper 70s. Really, it's rinse and repeat for sunshine in the forecast. And as we look at the muggy meter, as we like to call it for today, I can tell you it's a lot better. We have been sitting at humid, maybe inching up into the uncomfortable for the last several days. And now as we move forward in the rest of today, we're going to start to see things dry out and it becomes a lot more bearable. However, as I mentioned, in the coming days, we're going to be going back up to that humid side of things. So we'll be watching that really closely for you. But I do want to talk about the hour by hour forecast as we take a look going throughout the day. You can see this morning we had some fog, but throughout the afternoon and early evening, things are a lot quieter for us, and it's definitely going to be a beautiful sunset, just going to have that haze. Yes, the wildfire smoke still not leaving us alone. Aaron will talk about that more coming up in just a bit, but you can see even as we go into Wednesday morning, pretty clear skies, and then that'll be rinse and repeat for Thursday's forecast. So let's skip ahead though. I want to take you to Friday with our long range forecast because we are going to be seeing those changes. Could come as early as late Friday. Right now you can see the better chance though of showers and storms will come on Saturday. So right now Saturday morning on the current forecast track looks to be dry. That's good news, but I know we have so many things going on in the afternoon on Saturday, and it does look like we could have some showers and thunderstorms, but not just Saturday, also lingering still into Sunday. Again, things could still change in the coming days, but the chances for rain and storms have definitely been upped. Also looking at seeing a little bit of cooler weather, but just like I was mentioning, in case you want to get a game of golf in the next couple of days, today is great if you want to go after work. Wednesday, Thursday, looking great, although Thursday is going to be really hot in the afternoon. So if you do go during those peak daytime heating hours, make sure you have lots of sunscreen, take those breaks in the shade or in the golf cart, and also make sure you stay hydrated. That really goes for anything outdoors. But as we go into tomorrow, you can see today's in the 70s. For tomorrow, we're going to be up into the low 80s. And as we look at that forecast, though, throughout the rest of the day today, again, mostly sunny skies. Humidity is finally starting to behave itself, and that afternoon forecast high getting up to 76. So as you can see, as we move forward in time, we are going to continue to see a nice jump up in temperatures. As we go into the rest of the forecast, I can tell you one thing though, it is definitely going to be heating up very quickly. And as we move forward though in time, we'll start to see things cool back down, but not until Saturday. But I also do not want to forget about later tonight, if you are somebody that likes to go outdoors, the strawberry moon is the name for our full moon of June. That's actually going to be pretty bright tonight. Really peaks around 3:46 in the morning, but it might actually have a little bit of a brown haze. You probably noticed it over the last couple of days with the wildfire smoke. It just gives it a little bit of a different look than that clear, crisp white. Now, strawberry moon, in case you're not familiar with the reasoning behind it, it's because this is the time of year that strawberries are typically harvested, so that's why they nicknamed it the strawberry moon.
Yeah, and it's a good name, and it's going to be a pretty cool sight if you want to check it out. Thankfully, we got the clear skies for that, aside from that little bit of haze. But honestly, sometimes that haze makes it look a little bit cooler, you know, with that just a little tint in the brownish orange color. So something cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, so check that out tonight. But as we are talking about the hazy skies, all because of that wildfire smoke, it's been a recurring theme, you know, the last week or so, and every summer we end up seeing some of that moving here across the Midwest. And there are still several large active fires there in Canada. You can see around Saskatchewan, Alberta, into areas in Western Canada. Notice all those orange spots. Those actually indicate individual fires. So there are several that are still burning, and this is all lofting up just a lot of smoke up into the atmosphere across Canada, and it's being pulled down by that same system that brought us the storms yesterday that's been spinning here across the Midwest, pulling in that smoke, and that's going to create the hazy skies that we have here for today and may still linger here into our Wednesday. Now, overall air quality not as impacted, which is some good news. We are still seeing at least some unhealthy levels around Cleveland, there in northern Ohio, but for the most part, just moderate levels. Most of that smoke is staying into the upper atmosphere, so that is some good news. And same thing for tomorrow. Overall air quality just moderate, so just keep that in mind. We are not seeing any big impacts in terms of the overall air quality going into today or tomorrow, but still something we'll have to watch as those fires continue to burn. More haze and air quality issues could become a concern later on this month. Now, also talk about that system. That same system is the one that has been pulling that smoke in. It also produced our showers and storms yesterday across Ohio, but it also produced some more severe weather yesterday, and a tornado actually touched down in New York State. And according to the National Weather Service, that hit a town, Great Valley, which is in the southwestern part of the state. You can see a lot of that damage left behind by that tornado.
We have not had any injuries, and we did have a FedEx employee that was making a delivery that was trapped at the intersection that was in the heart of the storm as it hit, and picked the van up and threw it in the ravine, and but fortunately she was unhurt.
Yeah, and definitely just some really bad storms there, and overnight crews were working to restore power to many of the homes, but obviously never a good thing when we see some of that damage that these storms can do. Thankfully, we didn't have any injuries with that, at least that storm there in New York State.
Always good to have that. But also in our space news, did you know that the launch of a special mission unfortunately is delayed now until tomorrow? This is the AX-4 or Axiom 4 mission, which was supposed to take off this morning. Now the mission includes crew members from Hungary, Poland, and India, and it will be the first time in history each of those countries sends astronauts to the International Space Station. That's going to be marking another milestone in international collaboration for space exploration. And I also want to admit, you can see her there in the third one on your screen from the left. That is Peggy Whitson. She is a veteran NASA astronaut. You have probably heard her name because right now she has clocked the most hours in American astronaut history in space. And now she's going up again to command this mission.
Keep going, yeah.
You go, Peggy.
Yeah, go Peggy. That's incredible. And honestly, I mean, I know you and we love talking about these space stories. It's always just cool to see the different missions that are planned. Always not the greatest when they have to get delayed, but it's always for safety. There's always some precautions that are being met, and they just want to make sure that there's no no problems to cause an incident with the launch.
And they did find something, so they worked really quickly to get that fixed. And then another factor was partially the weather. I've been to a lot of launches before, and there's a certain criteria with the weather forecasting around a launch that you actually have to meet a certain criteria before they can give the final go. And so right now it is looking, as of this time, that there's a 20% for not going, which is
Okay.
actually really good. They have to watch out because, as we know with Florida and we see here, when you have those cumulus clouds, those
Yep.
really tall clouds, even if there is not lightning happening, you can still have, with the rocket and everything going on, there can be lightning. So there's rules that go to, if there's a thunderstorm that's close by, if there's the clouds that could have those charged particles, certain things like wind and whatnot.
Turbulence
so,
and stuff
yes,
too, yeah.
So a lot of things happening, but we're hoping and keeping our fingers crossed that tomorrow we can report a go for you, because that's a cool mission.
Yeah, definitely a cool one, and yeah, fingers crossed on the go for that mission. Also something cool, this is something that just happened. The Brookfield Zoo in Chicago is welcoming a new baby bottlenose dolphin. The calf was born Saturday, June 7th, and this is the first calf to be born in the zoo in a decade. And this is footage from them released showing the 38-year-old mother swimming around the tank with her
Allie.
baby calf.
Aww.
Yeah, just such a fun sight, and always cool when you see those newborn animals in the zoo. I mean, I feel like everyone just flocks to the zoo just to see the newborn calf, and just
so happy.
So much fun.
And the zoo's animal care and veterinary experts also said that Allie, the mama, was immediately attentive to her calf. She did not require any hands-on care or assistance. The zoo also noted in a press release that the calf, get this, is estimated to be 33 to 37 pounds in weight and 115 to 120 centimeters in length. And they haven't had a name yet. They're going to give it the name in the summer months. So I don't know. What do you name a dolphin?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm trying to think of like a clever name.
I think of Free Willy.
Yeah, Free Willy. Yeah.
That's a
hey,
maybe
that's what it'll be. But I don't know. They can come up with something clever and more unique, maybe.
Yeah, let us know what you think. I mean, we have this posted on our social media. So comment below and let us know what you think the dolphin should be. The new calf should be named.
We'll have another update once they name it. Hopefully that's going to happen soon. Sometime this summer, they said. So yeah, we'll have an update for you.
Maybe tropical.
Tropical?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't even think of any names right now. I don't know. I'm thinking of dolphins, but yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, we could talk all day with you,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, that's it for your weather update today here on 10 TV Plus. Later tonight at 6, we have Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz will be here to talk more about the sunshine and Bourne. But until then, know you can always catch more news and weather online at 10tv.com. We hope you have a great